I'm 31F, supposed to move into a new place with my boyfriend, 33 meters, next week, and I don't think I should. Background: we've been together 2 years, but always had our own places. I was never 100% sure with him because I cannot stand how angry he gets when he's stressed about anything. However, I do love him and it's been 2 years. He was in a situation where he has to move, and I don't like where I am, so we agreed to move in together. We've had discussions many times over the 2 years about his response to stress. He gets stressed out very easily, and when he does, he immediately becomes very agitated. There is a lot of tension, which I hate because it makes me feel on edge and uneasy. But the part I really hate is that he will kind of turn on me, blame me for things when he's stressed, become very unreasonable, blame me for crazy things. As long as I don't say much, it blows over quickly and he then apologizes and everything is good. But, even though I know it's just his response to stress, I really hate when he acts like this. I don't want to be blamed, even briefly, for stupid things. I don't want him getting angry at me, totally unreasonably, or snapping at me. Even though we both know it's just stupid and he'll apologize shortly. We keep having this same conversation. Things had been fairly good for several months. And as I said, I do love him, so I agreed to move in together. It was an exciting time. He decided to rent a townhouse for us. He makes very good money in his career, much more than me. I had to stay with a sick family member for 6 weeks, and so while I was gone he found a really cute townhouse and sent me pictures, and rented it. My credit score isn't the best, so he just rented it in his name and paid first and last. Over September and until now, while we are finalizing everything, he has become horrible to deal with. It's the same behavior as before. Granted, there are a lot of stressful things involved in moving, and just in his job in general. But even so, the amount of tantrums he has is exhausting. I feel like I'm on a merry-go-round. Everything we do seems to result in him getting stressed and very angry, briefly, and getting mad at me, for nothing. Even things like trying to order high-speed internet at the new house, or packing, or dismantling equipment, gaming system, 3D printer, etc. Or his dog barking too much. It's leaving a very bad taste in my mouth. I've never lived with him, so I can always leave when he's in a mood and being unreasonable. I'm honestly scared that living with him will be very difficult because I'm imagining all the things that could go wrong in life, and how I'll be blamed for it. How anything that isn't right at the new house will be my fault. I don't know for sure this will happen, but seeing him in stressful situations and how he handles it is making me very wary. Today he yelled loudly at a customer service rep on the phone. I understand why he was stressed and upset, but the yelling causes my stomach to flip. Then he was in a very snappy mood with me because something else wasn't working properly. Then he called me unbelievable because he asked me to write a reference number down while he was on the phone and the only pen I could find wouldn't write. Stressful, but not that stressful. It's pretty easy to ask the person to hold for a second while we grab another pen, or type it on the phone, but his response is to get mad at me, of course. Afterwards, he hugs me and says he's sorry he's taking it out on me. But, is this normal? In the house I grew up in, I never heard my parents snap at each other or even raise their voices. I am not enjoying this tense /atmosphere he's always creating over everything. So now we are supposed to move into this great new place next week. He's super excited, talking about our new home, planning things, etc. And I'm suddenly thinking I'll be making a mistake moving in with him. Do you think I just have cold feet, or am I right to feel uneasy here? Too long didn't read. Is this cold feet or red flags? Boyfriend is always flipping out when stressed. Never date someone with anger issues. I 100% promise you will regret moving in with him. Imagine living with this for years, decades. You can't have kids safely with this man either. I was traumatized by my dad screaming. He didn't really ever hit me. Screaming is enough to fuck up children really badly. It is my #1 deal breaker. Just don't. I tell it to everyone. woman, child, dog, whatever. Do not live with or date someone with anger issues if you can help it. Ever. I am not kidding. If you had innocuously asked me what do you think is the worst quality in a partner, I would have said anger issues! Exclamation mark, and then ranted to you about it for 30 minutes unprompted. I am not just saying this. It is the worst of the worst qualities. And you are seeing why. My BF gets stressed sometimes, but he doesn't yell. Or would I say he gets stressed unusually often. That's one of the big reasons we're together. I would not date someone with anger issues if they paid me $1 million. No joke. Don't do it. It will kill you slowly and insidiously, and leaving later will feel impossible. Leaving now and sparing yourself that stress and the slow deterioration of your safety and happiness. Yeah, that's a good idea. Been there. Lived with a guy who led with anger anytime he experienced any frustration. Bored, the computer pisses him off. He took it out on me every time. I couldn't say anything right. I walked on eggshells and I didn't realize it. He moved about 6 hours away for a job and I stayed in our home. Expected to feel lonely and sad that he was gone, but the peace. That's all I felt. I could exist in my home and never feel like I had to be careful. It showed me just how much stress and anxiety I had felt constantly for over a year. Take your feelings seriously, please. Listen to your gut. You already know the answer. Longer this goes, you'll be looking for more excuses, especially adding the financial layer to it. I was in a 5 years relationship with a nearly identical dynamic extremely angry and agitated responses to stress. It developed into abuse pretty readily. I should have gotten out of the relationship, not moved into an apartment. It just ended up being a waste of my late 20s, honestly. Also, it sucked to have to scramble to find a new apartment in a pandemic. I live with my sister in a studio. I like her, but at 32, I say go with your gut. Do you think I just have cold feet, or am I right to feel uneasy here? This is not just cold feet. This is your gut telling you something is off. I'm afraid you are in an already rough situation, and you're about to lose your only breathing room when you move in with him and have no place of your own to escape to when things get too heated. And you certainly won't be able to ask him to leave a place he's paying for. Furthermore, tensions are likely to rise worse than they are now when the two of you move in and discover all the ways in which your expectations of living together and household rules and responsibilities are different. This is usually a very stressful trial and error process that couples go through that can take years to smooth over, regardless of how much time they spend at one another's place before moving in. Seriously. You're about to take hot water, put it on the stove, and fully submerge yourself in it. Weird college relationship, M18. Me and my girlfriend, 18, decided to still date going into college since she'd be coming back early because of Corona. About a month in, she texts me saying she's been thinking about us taking a break, and when I asked about it, she said she doesn't want to break up because she wants to talk to guys or etc., which I questioned since she told me previously all her friends are hooking up, so it makes her feel lonely. So we break up since she kept bringing it up. Since then I've been texting her less, yet she's been texting me constantly and saying she wants to talk to where we were before breaking up and how she loves me. What should I do moving forward? I feel like she just wants to have a college experience but still have me to fall back on. Any advice would be great. Thanks. Too long didn't read. Girlfriend wants to now break up in college. We broke up and she still wants to text like nothing happened and says she loves me. Text her and tell her there's no possibility of you two ever getting back together and move on. Shut it down. She wants your attention and that's all she wants. Yep, she wants a safety net. Just stop responding. She'll give up or you can block her. She already said she's going to be hooking up. Her friends are all hooking up and it makes her feel lonely. She's setting the stage for asking forgiveness if she decides to take you back when college sex turns bad. Bro, she doesn't deserve your attention. You're like a second option to her. I think you're right about the college experience thing too. She tells you to break up, to not make her feel bad for cheating on you, but she still wants your attention because she likes it. BTW, I'm female and can feel her part, but it's still an asshole move from her frowns. There's no such thing as a break. I'm sorry, but this is what immature people say when they want to explore their options elsewhere but keep you on a confirmed tight leash so they have the comfort of knowing you'll be there after they get back from cheating on you or trying out other options. Or they say this when relationships get hard, and they want an out so they don't have to directly deal with the actual problems head on. In either scenario, it's the coward's way of not fully breaking up, so you can't explore your options, but totally making it justifiable for them to do everything they want without guilt, shame, or accountability. Stop texting her. She's basically a vampire. Sinking her teeth in because she feels you pulling away because she asked for this break. Most people don't stay with the partners they had in high school. This is college. It's a great time for you to have fun, and be single. Go do that, and let her know by. Then block, and delete. That's exactly what she wants, and it's not weird or unusual behavior. But if you're securely broken up, you probably need to actually cut contact for at least a while. Say something like, listen, I'll catch up with you back home on the holidays and we can talk in person, but this back and forth isn't fair to me. I, 20F, am constantly the person my friends come to for advice, but no one is ever there for me when I need it. It has been this way for me for a long time, but as I hit my 20s I've done a lot of thinking and I've made the realization I put everyone else's needs before my own. I am constantly sacrificing to the point where it is expected of me by the people in my life at this point. I two friends in particular that I'm talking about, it sucks even more because they are the only two people I care about from high school and one is my best friend. However, basically anytime they talk to me it's to talk and rant about their problems. Not only is it unfair of them to not reciprocate the favor for me, but it just gets to be exhausting. Every day hearing about the same problems that are either A, out of their control to change, or B, they won't make the effort to change. When I try to call or text anyone in regards to how I feel, my calls go unanswered or I am met with short replies. So usually when I'm upset, I just post on my spam account and usually it's just me crying and writing a caption about how I feel and people just like it to acknowledge it, but no one really gives a fuck. I go crazy in my own mind sometimes and people don't even know it. They just think I'm okay because it's how I constantly present myself. I wish I knew how to tell my friends I felt this way, but I don't have any way of telling them without feeling like they're going to take it personally. Too long didn't read. My friends all dump their shit on me, but fail to reciprocate when I need it. If you want to be nice about it, then next time you talk you can say something like you feel your relationship is a bit uneven because they never help you with any of your problems, and see how they respond. If they respond well and things change, then good. If not, then just don't listen to them complain anymore. My friend's girlfriend is physically disabled and is depressive bipolar. She was using me as a therapist for a while, but I noticed she never really listened to my advice or tried to change anything. She has different therapies she does already, so now if she asks for my advice in things I just say something like, sorry, I have no idea how to deal with that. You should probably bring it up in your group. And that is a good tactic to shut down further questions. She has a lot of problems, so I'm nice to her about it. Most of my friends I would just straight up say you complain about this constantly and never do anything to fix it. I'm tired of hearing about it. Don't bring it up again. I've been there before. It really sucks. And I'm sorry. It took me a while to learn that it's not my responsibility to try and fix their problems, and I ran out of the emotional energy to handle theirs without reciprocation. I kinda just turned in on myself and went silent. And that only made the going crazy in my mind thing worse. I didn't know what to do and was too afraid to reach out. But you seem to have a lot more figured out than I did back then, since you are still reaching out. That's a difficult thing to do, and you're so strong for doing it. I am confident that you will find someone to listen. Don't lose hope. You're putting in the effort and it will pay off. No, I'm just a stranger on the internet, but I'm here if you want to talk, genuinely, and I'm sure there are more truly good friends to come. I think taking some space from those friends might be helpful, but trust your gut. You know what to do. Good luck, friend.